Just a minute here. Almost ready to go.
Oh?
Yes, hello.
What's up? Do you not see the audio yet, or the video?
Oh, I see the video now, it's up.
Okay. So I don't see it on the Twitch yet.
Oh, I see. Are you streaming some game audio, or is it just... Or is there any audio where we are now?
Alright, and you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, good.
I can't hear any game audio though. Yeah, I can hear you.
Can't hear the game audio?
I can't hear any game audio. Though. Oh, no, there it is. Okay. I think it was.
That's because there's no audio unless it's on the title screen. When it's during the cutscenes, there's nothing.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, noticed. All right, I'm ready. If you're ready.
Are you gonna be commentating with me the whole time?
I will not be commenting.
So I'm gonna be on my own this time?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Maybe if we can get Glorahug in here with some good info.
I could try. I mean, there's gonna be some moments where I'm not gonna be saying anything though.
Yeah, that's no problem. Don't worry about that. All right. If you're ready, I'm ready with the countdown here.
Give me a second. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, everybody. Well, this is Princess Tomato, and the story to this game is kind of similar to that of the Mario Brothers, where a king has captured the princess, and there's only one brave soul who can live up to the task of trying to rescue her. And that is your character, Sir Cucumber. And that's pretty much the basis of the story. There's a baby here, can't actually do anything right now, so we have to go right by him. We have to grab this water, which will be used 3 times in this first section. There really isn't much to say, because it's the first level. There isn't anything too complicated. It's one of these... the game is kind of like that of Shadowgate, Uninvited, or Deja Vu, where it's menu-based. But before you say that this game rips it off, this actually came before it on Mac. It came in '84 when the others were about a year later. Difference between this and like Shadowgate, there's no way to die in this game. But there is a way to game over. There's 2 ways, and I'll let you know when that comes up. Because there's a Wikipedia page on this game that says you can't actually lose in this game. Well, in the years that I've played this game, I've actually discovered there's 2 ways to end the game. One way is an actual game over, and the other is just basically a dead end. Oops, I'm supposed to move to the bush. Right now, I'm just basically saving my comrades because they're all in trouble because of the farmies that are sent out because of Minister Pumpkin, who is the villain of this game. But talking to Prince Lettuce gave us the passageway to get here, where I give water to all the melons here, and then I talk to Cantaloupe, and he gives me the pass to get to the next level. So now I'm going back to the intersection so I can go forward and give him the pass. However, when I use the pass, he doesn't let us go through, because he says we don't look like the person in the picture. So then I talk to Percy, and he lets us know that the guard dozes off occasionally. So what that means is I need to go back to the previous screen and then move back forward, and he will be asleep. And now I can walk right into Saladoria. Nice guards, eh? So now we are in Saladoria, and the first thing we need to do is we need to check this fountain to establish that there are coins in the fountain. Then we hit it, and a coin defies all logic and pops out. And we need that coin, so I'm going to take it. Yeah, I don't think it works that way, but I could be wrong. So now I go to the antique shop, and on first glance, nothing interests me, so I leave. Kidding. I actually need to do that in order to set up the next trigger, but first I need to go to the coffee shop so I can use that coin to buy a coffee for the Wanderer that was at the first screen. Tells us the donut shop is closed because he doesn't have any, and it was closed when the farmies took over. So now I'm going back to the antique shop, and I'm going to talk to him once, and he tells me thanks for coming back, and he asks for a favor, so I talk to him again, and he gives us a letter to go take the Peachy. So now we go back to the beginning. And here, I'm going to give him the donut, or not the donut, the coffee, and then he'll ask me for the donut, so I talk to him again, he says, get me a donut, then I talk to him again, he tells me where to find one. Jerk. So now I go, now I go to the deli and give Peachy the letter, and then she'll give me a sandwich in return. So now I have to go back to the antique shop and tell the guy that I had given the letter to her. So now I talk to him, say, did you give her the letter? And he says thanks, and I talk to him again, and he'll exchange all my gold for coins. Gold is actually very useless in this game. It's only useful for one instant, and that's it. So now I check the strip here, and it'll find the carburet, which is where I need to go next. I enter the place. Then I talk to the waiter. I talk to the waiter 3 times. And he tells me he wants us to meet someone, and he says he's waiting in the restroom. Why that place, I will never understand. And then you go in there and find out there's nothing there. So we check the garbage can for no reason, twice, and there's a donut in there, and we take the donut. Ew. Yeah, I would never do that in real life. But what's grosser than that, I guess, is what the donut is, and you'll find that out shortly. Yes, it'll be a mystery. So the guy here is the son of the Wanderer on the bench. You give him the sandwich so he'll wake up the Wanderer so you can talk to him. You talk to him once and he'll tell you about the Resistance, and this is around the time where the drinking game starts because Resistance is said so many times in this game that it might as well be a drinking game. But I don't encourage it, so don't do it if you don't want to. And he tells you to go talk to this guy so he can tell you where the pharmacy is. And when you know that, now you can go and find the pharmacy, which is down by the carburet. You go to Main Street. Go forward again. And this, for the one and only time you praise in this game, and he tells you where the pharmacy is. It's a useless option because you never use it other than this. So you talk to him, and he's like, you want aspirin? You don't buy it, he just gives it to you. As a reward, he'll accept you into the Resistance. See, I told you. So now we move all the way back to the start of this level. Octoberry drops a coin. We don't actually need the coin, so we just leave it. And here, we have to buy a flower from this girl to get her just to talk to us about the bookstore. And once more, it's a contact place for the Resistance. So now we go to the bookshop. And this guy looks really suspicious, so we hit him. And then he'll rock out of the bookstore and leave absolutely nothing. So you could rob the place if you want, but all you need is the key that's on the counter. Once you take it, that's when the police will, farmies will show up, and then they take you away. And that's the end of that level. And now we're in jail. First you gotta do is gotta check the inmates. And then you gotta hit Potato because he won't talk. And he'll give you the file which you need to get out of this jail cell. Now, how did he obtain this file? Who knows? And as a result, you get caught because someone catches you getting out, and you get taken to this room. Why are you in the bookstop? You're resistance members. Yeah, I told you. It was gonna keep. They're gonna keep saying it. So he sees the file, so you have to give it to him to move on. You check the door twice, and then you have to hit the door twice, and then he'll walk away, and then you hit it one more time, and then you check it once more, and a keyhole. Man, that key that we picked up in the bookshop, man, that was lucky, wasn't it? Alright, for one time in this one spot, you have an option for look, because normally it just checks it around and that's it. But this time you have to hit look and then select the jail cell. Kind of annoying, but he asks you, did you get the donut? Well, you give him the donut, but don't tell him where you got it from. And it's an asparagus donut. Ew, that's even nastier. And he doesn't remember the news he had for us, so we leave him for now. And we enter this door because it's an option. You have to do it once at least to get the door open. It tells you we better not go in this room. Well, I'm going to go in there anyway because you need to. And, oops, I'm not going to use. You have to take the rope, and then that's it for right now. But you will be coming back later. So now we're going to go back to the first cell and talk to the Wanderer again. And Garlic tells us, or he wants us to see something he made, and it happens to be a grenade, which he carved from a bar of soap, which you're going to need for this next part. And, ooh, it's Sergeant Pepper. So you need to use the grenade to scare the bejesus off of him, and then use the rope to tie him up. And that's that. What does that do? Well, when we go back to the storage room now, there's going to be something else there that we need to get out of prison. It's going to be that lantern. So you take the lantern, and now we can leave. First, this is the only spot you can use it. You have to use the lantern to hold it up. And now you can walk right out of prison. Again, wonderful guards, eh? Alright, so this next level, we're back at Spinach Heights again. And we, again, got by that guard. He must have been dozing off again. So you check the bush twice to find the umbrella, which you need. But we need water also, so we take the water, and then we take the umbrella. Now we go back to the patch where the melons were all at. And you're going to find most of them gone, because they were all harvested. Check the third hole here so we can progress. So you need to use the umbrella to get the mole to come out of this hole. Give him water because he's thirsty. As a result, he'll tell you more information. You have to talk to him 3 times to move on. He tells you he has these instructions from a tree that he found, but he couldn't find the other half, so now we have to go there and find it. But you don't know that now because it's a little later in the game. So now we get the water to, I think it's Melon, and we talk to him. He tells us everybody was harvested, and he tells us that Mr. Leek, the forest guard, lost his umbrella, so we have to go and give it back to him. But right now, if you go knock on the door, he's not there, so we have to go forward to back here to see this stream. And since Percy can't swim, you have to go back. And now if you have Percy hit the door, he'll come out. You have to talk to him once. He'll tell you farmies are across the river, then you give him his umbrella, and he'll give you the wings so you can get over the water. And we are at our first fight of the game. Careful not to blink, because you might actually miss it. Yep, it's over. Alright, so now we get to the first dungeon crawler part of this game, where if you hit the move, you start... Goes paper, so we always throw scissors. That was not very lucky. So now we move in. And we must check the vicinity twice. Amount of dirt. Now we use that shovel that we picked up. You have to use it 5 times. It's a medal. You check the medal in the 2nd position. You take it from the 3rd position. Makes a lot of sense. Now you move out. And Mr. Leak is here, and you just talk to him. And he takes us to the resistance base, and he just randomly gives us a thing of grape juice. What's it for? Well, it's a fail-safe precaution in case you didn't buy a juice in Saladoria. But you need it for this level. Just random. And shout out to this music, it's actually really good. So we look to establish there are boxes by the door, and then we move in. If you've played Rockman 4 Minus Infinity, you might actually remember this song, because it was in that game. I think it was Kozak's Castle, but I'm not sure. You show them that you have the medal, and in a very surprising, you know, they don't sound very surprised other than, oh, you have the medallion. No special thing or anything. So you talk, and here's Lisa, sister of Princess Tomato. I don't know how, because she's human. Oops, why am I giving her the medal? You give her the aspirin, which you picked up in Saladoria, and now you have to move away 2 screens. So the trigger here, you move to this part, and now you can move back to the meeting room. Now you move to see Lisa. Talk to her again. And the general has healed from his headache. So he thanks you for giving him the aspirin. He says that the castle's in Soapville, but if you're in Soapville, you'll be recognized. So he gives you the crest of the resistance to prove that you are now members. Okay, so now we're going to go out of order. You're supposed to go see Lisa right now, but we're not going to do that. When I checked the box earlier, I can now check the box and find what we're supposed to talk to her about to get. But if you do that, you can find the pennant before actually talking to her. So you check the object in the 2nd position, and you take it from the 1st position. So now you go visit her. You can knock, but what's the fun in that? You just break in. So you can just give her the pennant that you just picked up. And then she'll start telling you about the Dice-O-Matic, which isn't important until the next level. It's the most powerful weapon, eh? We'll see. So now we go across the hall to the armaments room. And here's Grapey. You have to give him the grape juice that Mr. Leek gave you for no reason. And now you go back to Lisa. Break in once again. Game where you can potentially game over. I didn't say that. This is actually the part where you can game over, but the game doesn't tell you that you game over. What happens here is you can actually put yourself in a dead end where you can't progress the game because you did something you weren't supposed to do. So if you check the statue here, it'll tell you there are characters here. If you check those characters, it says bonus. I did this by mistake. I'm supposed to check the... Now it's out of order. I need to check the lawn here so I can take this coin. But if you check those characters, it'll tell you you need a word book to decipher it. Well, if you do that, you're probably going to think that you need to buy the word book with the coin you just picked up. Well, if you do that, you actually make it so that you can't win your game. And no matter what you do, you can't find another coin. And the only way to get by that part, you have to get the password, which you probably didn't write down. So joke's on you. So you give this guy the squid, and he tells you to have Percy ask the village chief for a lamp. That is, of course, a lie. So now we hit him for lying to us, and he sends us back to the first screen of the game, or the level, and we go to the cave because you actually can't get the lamp until you establish that you need it. So now that we've done that, we can go back to the chief to get the lamp. So now we have Percy ask him for the lamp, and he says we'll save Nutty. Asks for the lamp, and he gives it to us. So with that, we can go to the cave, which is another maze portion of this game. And we walk 2 steps, and we'll find Bananda, which you probably think is another fight, but no. The nut bomb is exactly what the doctor ordered, and that'll kill him. So you take the skin 5 times, and then... when you take the skin 5 times, Nutty appears. And what doesn't make any sense is shouldn't she be blown up anyway? Or along with Bananda, because you used nut bombs, and it blew him to smithereens. But she's somehow still alive. Video game logic. So now that we have Nutty, we can move out of the cave and back to the mirror. So when we go forward again, the chief and wife are there, but we can't actually talk to them yet. Well, we can, but it wouldn't do anything. So we move here, talk to the chief one more time, and he'll give us the battery, which we need for the Dice-O-Matic. He says, Minister Pumpkin is next. Well, that's not next, but we have to find the Dice-O-Matic first, which you're not told where it is, but you know where it is because it's in the cave. You don't ever get the option to go anywhere else. So this guy, you have to come back here and give him the clover juice, and then in return, he'll give you this aspirin. Now, what does it do? It's for next level, but we hit him again because he's making us do stupid things. So now we go back to the cave. You need that medicine to even make the Dice-O-Matic appear. It's important for plot. Now, this cave is different than the forest. This one actually has a lot of nook and crannies. You can easily go in some path and end up in another and get lost. There's a lot more paths, and most of them aren't dead ends. But if you know the way to go, it's actually very easy. And also, that word book that you bought, if you were to have bought it and, bought into the dead end, you would actually be able to read that statue, and it would just tell you to use the metal right here. Of course, you're already in unwinnable land because you can't get out of it unless you reset. So here, you have to use the battery to establish that you need to use it, or you check the vicinity, which then now you find the slot for the battery. Oops. And you don't take. You use the battery once more, and you put it in, and now you hit the lever. Oops. Hit the lever once. It says it doesn't work because the thing's a piece of junk. You hit it again, and then it starts. And now you move forward 3 times. And now we're done with that level. The fighting system is basically a rock, paper, scissors battle, and when you win, then you look left, up, right, or down, and match the face. And you either win until there's no more faces left, or they beat you, which nothing happens except for one battle. So you ask Squash, "Are you really farmies?" And then you show him the crest. He's like, "You're resistance." And now you talk to him again, and he tells us that there's a street that we can go to, the secret passage. So we check the right shop to establish that it's a bar. So now we go into the bar. So we check the customer to, establish who's at the counter. We talk to all 3 of them. Ron especially, because he has a key that we need. Tells us being a resistance member is dangerous, so we show him the crest, and he says, "Not in here, guys." So now we back out and go back in, and we talk to all 3 of them once more. He's drunk, and he's drunk, and he's tipsy. Now we move out again. Go back to the bar. Now we use the crest one more time, and it tells us we already showed him. And now we talk to him, and something new happens. Long live the resistance. He says he found a key, and now we talk to him again, and he gives it to us. So now we don't have to come back here, and the moment you walk out that bar, Ron gets his ass kicked, because if you were to go back, he would not be there. Talk to DR. He says he hates farming, so we show him the crest. And that classic phrase, "You're resistance soldiers." So he tells us about the tunnel, tells us to go check the old lady, or go see the old lady around the corner, so we go there. And this is the person we're supposed to give the aspirin, or the medicine to. So we talk to her, and she tells us about the passageway. And we need to check the ground here. Oops, not the pillar. Check it to grab the gold coin. Because this is the one instance where you actually need the gold coin. Notice how this guy tells you he gives information for the cost of gold coin. Well, if you give him the gold coin, why does he give you a shovel? Alright, so Percy said he threw away some useless junk. Well, he threw away the lamp. Obviously, that was useless junk. So now it's pitch black and you can't see where you're going. But if you know the order, forward, right, left, forward, you can get to the spot where you need to. And then you use the shovel here to collapse the door, or collapse the wall, and now you can walk into the final battle. That's at least what it's called in anywhere I've seen it. And he throws away more junk. And this is the longest level of this entire game. Alright, so we look to establish what all the junk that's around here, then we check the vicinity so we can pick some of it up. So you take the pine tar, which they don't see the point of it, but it's actually important because when you look again, you find the chain under the pine tar pot. So the pine tar has no purpose other than getting this chain. Now we exit here. And also this music kicks ass. So we enter the door, find out it's locked, then we walk away and someone opens it. Talk. Tells us the princess went to take a bath and we should all be at festival. And she says, be careful. Why? I don't know. It's like she knows you're not farmies. So now we go to the far right room. And the key that Ron had goes to this door, so we use it and walk in, but the door is stuck in the door, or the keyhole. And we have to look first to say, oh, spider webs. But now we can check the vicinity and find this desk, which is obviously in sight. Check it. And now we can check the paper that's on it. And now we know who Minister Pumpkin Jr. is, and now we can leave. You can pick up a gold coin in that desk, but since I know the information that's on, or that I need the gold coin for, I don't actually need it. So now we're going to break into the bathhouse, and someone's taking a shower, so we're going to obviously hit the door. And then you're going to find out it's not the princess, so now you talk to figure out where she went, and now you walk out to the room. Yes, this was also in Rockman 4 minus Infinity. So now you look here to establish the pond, and then you check it. And now Percy tries to be brave and go to check it out, but he falls in, that little dunce. So now you have to give him his wings so he can get out. But he found a very useful item here, and now I need to take some water. And the game itself asks what you would do with it. Well, you need it for one part. That's it. Now we walk forward and we find a shadow. So we need to use the ornament to lure him out. And like an old cartoon, you lay the pot of oil, and he slips on it, and then you tie him up that chain that you grabbed. Man, this game is very violent for a kid's game. So the first time you have to check before you look. When you check, now you can look, and now you find the keys. So you need to take these keys just so you can use them in about 2 seconds. Yes, you can check the person in the shower and it'll say you pervert. So you check the barrel, it says just an ordinary barrel, but then you find out there's someone in there. So you use the crest now to establish who you are, and they all say, "You're resistance soldiers." Now you have to give the water to White Leaf. Now you talk to him. And you have to show him the crest once more. And wait for it. You're resistance soldiers. He tells you that Minister Pumpkin Jr. is allergic to caterpillars. And that basically tells you need to check lettuce so you can find the caterpillar. And with that, you can move on to the next part of the game. And now we're going to play a little bit of cat and mouse, because we have to basically go through a whole bunch of doors for absolutely no reason. So I have to check this door so I can walk through it. I have to look here to establish that there are 2 doors, and now I have to move out of this room because the right door is locked, and the only way to get it to unlock is to go out this door. And now this door is unlocked. And when you hit this stool, you know something funky about it, so you check it twice. And with that, you find a diary. You check this diary, and it says, "Dear Father, I'm being forced into this wedding." Oh, gee. Man, who could this possibly be? So now that we know who it is, we walk out this door. And go back. And this soon-to-be merry-go-round is almost over. And look who that is. Who could that possibly be? So we talk to her. And we show her the crest. However, she doesn't say resistance soldiers. She just says this is proof of the resistance. Then you talk to her again. Don't trust you. Then you talk to her again. Not fooling us. So we give her some space and we just move back one screen. And then we talk to her once more. And then we say, screw it, we just give her the chameleon grass, and bam! Here's our princess that we've been looking for. So now that we found the princess, we have one more thing we need to do, and she tells us to destroy Minister Pumpkin and bring peace back to the kingdom. And then she tells us to go get the turnip emblem, which we also need to grab. And now we can go to the end of this level. So we go back out this room one more time. So, we come to yet another fight. They say this guy looks very formidable, but there's one trick that you have with this boss, and that is that he always looks up. So, I just hit up. And bingo. Pretty good fight. So now we can go through here. And this room has no purpose whatsoever, so we just check the door. And we know it's open, so now we go through. So, here you look, and it says, look, there's another trophy. But the trophy's not important. You check the shelf, and then you take a book from the shelf. and now you check the books, and it tells you how to do the next level, or the next part of this level. And now you check the bed, which you're not going to see move, because if I'm quick enough, I can get the screen to transition before it actually opens up completely, and you get pushed down. It says it's totally dark, so you move forward, and all of a sudden the whole entire basement is filled with light. Now, this is the biggest pain in the ass in the game, as long as you know, if you don't know what you're doing. But the one trick with this level, every corner that you go into, you fight a mama dragon, and it can be very time consuming if you run into multiple dragons. But if you just find the baby monster and then do exactly what the book says, you will not hit any corners. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm not going right to the end. Well, this game has a built-in trigger where you have to hit all 3 of these holes and hit the baby monster in order to get the Papa Dragon to appear. So, I mean, it's kind of funny, when I was just wandering around here, not even caring about the dragon or anything, I actually found the spot where I was supposed to go. But if you find it without going to all these spots, you just go to an empty corner that says, I feel a breeze. But when you go to all the spots, you can now get the Papa Dragon to appear. It's a dragon. It's a monster, but whatever. Alright, here I can actually lose because only the looking left is random. Or looking left is a for sure thing, but rock, paper, scissors is not. And I have to beat him 5 times from the start, so I could actually lose, but it doesn't actually matter. But if you do lose, you have to go back to the dragon and restart the process. Now, when I mentioned there was a game over in this game, this is actually the part of the game where if you lose this fight, you go to a different screen that says the only way out is to use a password. And give me a second. If you know this combination, you cannot lose this battle. That was actually really good. Alright, so we have beaten him. And with this being the longest level of the game, you really don't want to lose that fight. But if you pay the gold coin to one of the inmates, he'll tell you his combination, but he tells you his pattern. He doesn't tell you the one you're supposed to take, which is paper, paper, scissors. No, I got that wrong. It's paper, paper, rock, scissors, scissors, paper, paper. So now we go back to retrieve the princess. Talk to her and say, did you get the turnip emblem back? And she asks, if he doesn't have it, who does? Well, you do know that, but you don't tell her that. Alright, so now that we have the princess, we can leave out the pond area. So we exit, and now we're up to the final level of the game. I should have probably mentioned this earlier. You'll notice these photos fill in every time you complete a level. Well, when it's all filled up, you're at the final level of the game. And it's very short. All you have to do is talk to General and then talk to Lisa, and you can move on to the final fight of this game. And this is the only fight in the game that is completely random. He gets walloped by the Wanderer. And now, instead of getting into a fight, you have to play rock, paper, scissors with them. And since the fight is random, I just usually pick one direction and hope to God that I actually win the fight very quickly. Most of the time it doesn't work, but that was actually really good. Oh shoot, I did not want to do that. I accidentally got into a fight again. This is actually not what I'm supposed to do. Because you can fight him as many times as you want, but it doesn't do anything. Now that you win, you have to use the caterpillar, because he's allergic to it. And with that, he runs away, and he drops the turnip emblem as a result, and now we have gotten that, and we have beaten the game. And time is about to come up after this dialogue hits. Armies are set free. There'll be a place where everybody can be happy because of Percy and comfort and time. And that was Princess Tomato. And this is actually the first time I played this game live. And this is actually a free world record, because nobody has the record other than the Mexican runner, which I don't think was official. But if that's the case, I took 6 hours off of that run. So I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I enjoyed running it for you guys. I don't think I'll run it again unless I get asked to, but maybe next year. So thanks again for running this marathon and letting me run this game for you. I actually submitted it as a joke, but you know, I'm still glad I got to run it and that you guys gave me a chance. So,
and we gladly accept.
Well, enjoy the rest of the marathon. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. And we gladly accept. Thank you. Oh, you probably heard some echo there. Sorry.
Hey, I'll run it again if you guys want me to, but I'm noticing what your chat's saying, but I'll run it if you guys want me to. But on my live stream, I think I'm going to work on other things.
Well, with that awesome commentary you had, we'll probably have it again easy.
All right. Take care, guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much, man.